Hello guys. So today I'm going to talk about Emacs Lisp. I'm going to code. Hello guys, good morning. So today I'm going to code a Emacs Lisp command that converts English alphabet to run alphabet. So okay, I'm waiting for people to come in, but meanwhile let's change the title. Emacs Lisp. Write a command to convert English to run. Okay, Runic. Okay, that is my title here. Okay, it's not a talk show, but rather, oh, let's just say talk show. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to talk about. Yes. So what do you mean by run script? Let me show you. Okay, so here is Unicode Runic. It's very interesting. Now this is ancient script. It's used to write Germanic languages. It it is used between year 150 to 15,000 and used for Germanic languages. Germanic languages includes English, German, Dutch, Afrikaans, Danish, Icelandic, and so on. So basically, each of these letters correspond to a one of the English letters. So hi guys, glad to see you guys. All right, so we're gonna convert. So these are runic alphabets. These are ancient. You know, it starts in around year 150. So English was written in this script actually before the Latin alphabet replaced it. So that seems to be the case. I don't know the history, but you can read Wikipedia. So anyway, this runic script seems there's a lot geeks are interested in it. For example, we here have a keyboard with a runic keycaps. Very interesting. So I'm going to just I'm going to so what I mean by converting English alphabet to that. So for example, let's copy this thing, copy here. Okay, hold on a second. New buffer, paste, magnify. So for example, this character corresponds to F, and so on for each one of them. So I'm going to write a script so that I can, for example, just highlight this paragraph, press a button, and they all become runic. Okay, but before we do that, let me turn on the keylog mod. So start command log mod. So in this window, you will see all the commands I call in Emacs. So whenever I do something and you want to know what command I'm calling, just look at the left panel. Okay. Yeah, it's very useful. So let's start. So actually, I have written a similar thing uh, here. So we're gonna just start by copying that code. Where is it? Script examples, command examples, emacs Lisp command examples. Let's see. So I have written one that converts English alphabet to Gothic letters. Let's see. uh, elisp miscellaneous, search for Gothic, convert, practical emacs lisp, command examples, emacs text transform under cursor. It should be here. So let's go to emacs miscellaneous. No, it's not here. Okay, so emacs miscellaneous. There it is. Okay, here. You see, these are Gothic letters, or they call it black letter or franctor. So in this command, you can see that. Let's try that. So for example, I'm going to copy this new buffer, paste it here, magnify, and go to HTML mod. Oh, magnify. Okay. So wait, magnify, and remove the p tag. So here's a bunch of text. Actually, that's too big. Okay, now I'm just selected, call Gothic. There it is. XOR convert Latin alphabet Gothic. Enter. So they became these Gothic letters. These are actually Unicode because you can put your cursor there and call describe char. So on here you can see it says this is the Unicode code point 120101, and the character name is mathematical franctor small h. So if you call the command again, it'll convert back to English, I think. Is that true? Okay, no, but let's look up. Let's call describe function. So when called interactively, will concurrent line on text selection. If any universal argument is called first, reverse direction. So that means I press Control U first, then I call the command. Then you see it converts back to English. So what I'm going to do is just basically copy this. I'm just going to copy this code. Now this code is here. Let's copy it, create a new buffer, paste it, save as xx convert el. That's just a temporary name. So there we have it. And let's change the name. Convert Latin to run. Okay. Okay. So let's do that. So if you have any questions, just type in the comments, or any comment, just type it so that I know where I'm going. So first of all, let's this is all in one line, and I want it to be in several lines. So let's do a find and replace. Query replace that by that. Yes. Replace all. Okay, so this way it's easier to see, and magnify the buffer. And okay, but before we do anything, we actually need to know how run is mapped to English letters. So let's go to Wikipedia. Run, Runic. So Wikipedia, magnify, 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 and go down. There are actually several runic alphabets. The earliest one is this Elder Furthok. That's what it's called. So let's see if I can find. Oh, there it is. So great. I'm just gonna copy these. Okay, copy it back to emacs. Paste it here. Okay, so I need to convert this format to this map format here. So the trick is, how we gonna do it. Okay, let's see. Now the window is not wide enough. Let's increase the window size. Oops. Okay, so we want to figure out the most efficient way, just the efficient way to change this into the Lisp format. Let's see. Okay, some of it is not, so cut that out, put it here, and cut it out, paste it here, remove that, that's just F. Now show space. Now change all tabs to space. Query replace, Control Q, tab, replace by space. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, something is wrong there. Let's look at because we got one more characters somewhere here. So let's look up. We are not going to do this very accurately because I'm just going to show you how to write the emacs lisp function. Okay, over here it seems everything's got a corresponding character, but why is that? Why they don't match up? So let's see. X is mapped to G. X, G, P, and W. So this P is W. Then okay, they don't match up mostly just because the font are not monospace. That's right. Okay, so now I have, we can, what we can do is like count words. So it tells me there are 48 characters. Now go to this line, count words, 47 characters. Okay, something is not right. Oh, I got an extra space here. Let's do it again. Count words 47. Count words 47. That's good. So we're going to turn these two lines into this format. Okay, so how do we do that? What is the efficient? What is a efficient way? Well, I guess if you can go to org-mod and do a table transpose, it's problematic. Actually, it's probably faster if I just type them. The most basic method. Okay, there is another. So, any suggestions? How did you pull? how did you put all the brackets on separate lines? Oh, you just do a query replace. All I did was just replace the replace space by new line. So anyway, so let me get back to how do I convert the format? Oh my god, I thought this is going to be quick. How long have I been talking? 15 minutes already. Man. Transpose. Do we transpose. Okay, is there some kind of transpose table? Transpose subword transpose. Okay, no. You see, if this is a matrix, then we can just transpose into this vertical form. But okay, let's do a keyboard macro then. Yep, let's do a keyboard macro. Maybe we have to do several tries. So let's make several copies back here, and okay, let's try this. So keyboard macro. So I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to remove all the spaces. Space none, because it's easier if you don't have spaces. Okay, then I'm going to do start macro, start selection, move. Okay, stop. Create a split the window and new buffer. This way it's easier. So I'm going to do, first of all, copy this, paste, copy, paste. Okay, so I'm going to start a macro, select, move to the right, cut, switch buffer, paste, switch buffer, move down, start selection, move to the right, cut. Ah, that's a mistake. Okay. Okay. So let's redo. Okay. Let's cancel everything. Redo. Start macro. Start selection. Move cursor to the right. Cut. Switch buffer. Paste. Switch buffer. Move down. Start selection. Move cursor to the right. Cut. Switch buffer. Paste. Enter. New line. Switch buffer. Move cursor up. Stop macro. Okay, we got a macro. Now let's hope it works. Magnify, magnify, magnify. Okay, so let's run the macro. Now watch the left panel. You'll see the command I'm calling. So I'm going to, yes, that worked. Call it again. Yes. Now I'm just going to do this trick. Now watch. Dun 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 dun. It's all done. That's fantastic. Now what happened is that I was calling. Now I don't know why is it not showing on the left panel, but the command I was calling was, first of all I was calling this command, call last keyboard macro. So once I call that, each time I call this command, it will, do one macro. Then the command I was calling was what? repeat. Okay, yeah, then I was calling a command that just the name of the command is just repeat. So what the repeat command does is that it will just repeat whatever the command you were calling last time. However, with the extra such that you can just keep pressing the key T in my case. Okay, yeah. So I just keep pressing the key T. You can see here. Does it show? Okay, I don't know. Okay, anyway, let me summarize. Let me repeat it one more time. So I recorded a macro, then I was calling the command call last keyboard macro. Then I call the command named repeat and call that command again, again, again. Repeat, repeat, repeat. But however, I'm not doing emacs repeat. I'm just pressing the key um, the key space TT on my keyboard. So after I call the call last macro command, I just press space T and just keep pressing T T T T T, and that's how I do it. Okay, so let's cut the whole thing out. Cut it out. Close it. Paste it here. Now we just want to add the square bracket. That's easy. So let's do a macro again. First of all, copy it, paste, just in case we make a mistake. So start macro, that, and stop macro. So I'm just going to select this whole thing, then say apply macro to region lines. That's fantastic. We almost done. Okay, so hold on a second. Cut it out. We don't need this. Actually, put it here just in case. I'm putting those here. Save this file, just in case we need it back. Redo something. So now that is that we need it to be in this format. Yeah, so you just okay, that's pretty easy. So select this, narrow to region, go to top, select that. Actually, let's just do this. Okay, then call rectangle, replace rectangle, then just put a space, put the double quote, that. And actually, so we add that we need to add the quote in the back. Actually, let's just do this. Let's see, they are not in monospace, so that's kind of a problem. So anyway, let's just replace the end bracket. Replace that by, okay, now we need to do another replace. This time we will need to do query replace rejects. Okay, double quote, any char, then wait, we need to start with a left square bracket, then a double quote, then this is emacs regular expression is painful, so we're gonna do a parenthesis and capture the one character there. Then we're gonna, that's it. I think that's it. So let's do that. Replace it with replace with the first capture there and add a square bracket. So I think that's it. Yes, yes. We made a mistake because actually you need another Okay, let's just do this then. Replace that by yeah. This is taking longer than what should it be. I'm just going to do it quickly because I think we are taking too long. So anyway, it's done. Uh, it's done. Delete that, copy it, shrink space, go to here, paste it, and go to, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, so there it is. Actually, this works. Shrink. Okay, so that's good. We need to change this documentation. We don't care for now. Let's just put the date, and that's it. I think that's it. Actually, let's just try it then. CU24 last keyboard macro. Yeah, that works. I was using apply to apply macro to lines. Oh yeah, multiple cursors. Yeah, no, I don't use it. So okay, that's it. That's it. Let's run the command. Let's just try to execute. You know, normally we should change the variable name like Latin to Gothic and stuff. But for now, let's just run the command. So, oops. So you need to indent it first. Then eval define. That's it. Done. So let's say copy. Let's copy that. New buffer. Paste. Select all. emacs xar convert Latin to run. Yes. No, it didn't work. Oh, the direction must be reversed. So Control U, emacs that. Yay! So it works. That's great. It works the first time. So there we have it. So now what should we do next? Should we like tidy up the whole thing, like the proper documentation, or should I start to explain how the code works? Okay, let me explain how the code works. Yeah, so forget the documentation. I mean, we can we can change that after. So first of all, so this command, so this part, I'm going to call a command to shrink them, and Latin to Gothic. So let's replace it by Latin to Runic. Okay, now it looks much better. Now the whole thing is in shape. Now, okay, so this command, what does it do? It takes three arguments: begin, end, and reverse direction p. Now, in emacs Lisp, when you have a name that ends in p, usually that means it's a predicate, meaning the value of that variable or function is just true or false, true or false. And in emacs Lisp, when it's true, by convention, true is represented by the symbol T, like teddy bear T, and false is by convention nil. So anyway, so it takes the begin, end, and true false value. Begin means the beginning of cursor position, and similarly for end. And the cursor position in Emacs is just a integer. And you can tell what cursor position you are by calling the command describe char. Now look at the left panel. You see, it says that this position is position 2 out of 1246. So if my cursor is, for example, over here, I call describe char, and my position is 150. So cursor position is a integer. So begin end position, uh, that's the argument to this function. Then it start with the interactive. This interactive here means that, okay, first of all, there's a if statement. If use region P, that means if people have the transient mark mod on, meaning that when you do a selection, it will highlight, then use region P is true. Remember P for predicate, it returns true or false. So this is a function, we can evaluate it. So let's try to evaluate it. So I call eval last sixth. You can see it's nil beneath it. You see in the mini buffer it says nil because I don't have any selection on. However, if I, for example, select it, then I call eval region. Okay, now, okay, well, okay, so let me explain. Any emacs lisp output is in the buffer messages. So there's a command to switch to messages buffer. So let me call that. So that command is called view echo area messages. So now we can see, here's my message buffer, all the past messages. And now we go back here, we select the whole thing. We select it, and we call the command eval region. Okay, it should return true, but I don't know why it's not returning true. But anyway, let's move on to the important things. So if there is a basically this part just says if there's a selection, then you do this. If there's no selection, you do this. So when there is a selection, you do this. Now this part returns a list. List means return a list. And okay, region beginning is a function that returns the position of the beginning of region, like right here, where my cursor is. And it region beginning, region end, and this is a built-in variable in emacs lisp, current prefix arg. That the value of this variable is, remember we called control U. Let me show you. Describe function. Okay, describe key, control U. You can see over here, control U is calling the command universal argument, which is a mechanism to give arguments to the command you are calling. So in this command, convert Latin to run, we want it to be such that if you press Control U first, it will do reverse conversion direction. You see, so how does the command know whether you pressed Control U? That is, from this variable current prefix arg. The current prefix arg, the value is just the value is Control U basically. Control U has other options, like you can give it a numerical. You can press for example Control U 3. Then that means it has a argument, a value of 3. So anyway, so this part, if there's a region, then do this. This just returns a list that gives the beginning position, the end selection position, and whether Control U is pressed. And this list, if you use interactive, if you use interactive and if it returns a list, it will pass the list elements to your function's arguments. That's how you do it. It's a little bit complicated. I mean, if this is your first time doing emacs lisp, I recommend it that you don't do it. Actually, the whole thing can be written like this, without. Yeah, I would recommend you don't do any of that. Just do this. Okay. Yeah, just do this. And actually, let me modify this. Let me show you how. Let wait. So let begin. Oops. Shit. Begin and by the way, you notice that at sign, this at sign and this dollar sign, those are not necessary. I'm using them simply for my variable names, so that I can easily determine which variable name is the came from the function parameter and which variable name are local variables. So that's just my own personal convention. You don't have to do that. Emacs Lisp variable names or function names allows almost any character. Yeah, basically almost any character. You can also use Unicode character, in fact. So anyway, so this is the version. This we can do it this way, and so we don't have to give it any argument. So interactive. What does the interactive do is that it just lets so that this function can be called by pressing emacs. That's basically what the interactive does. So for example, if you define a function without interactive, then when you press emacs, the function will not even show up. You can only call the function in emacs lisp. Like for example, if I say like that, so if you want it to be a command, you have to say that. So let is a way to create local variables in Emacs. So you can see this let structure has two parts. One part is this part. The other part is this part. The other part is whatever the rest of the let bracket, which is basically from here to to somewhere here. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not doing. I don't think I'm doing a good job. Like I'm unstructured. Am I doing okay? Hi Jack. Don't you? So keep the questions coming. Okay. If you anything you want to ask, just ask it while I'm talking. Yeah. Okay. So I'm a little bit I'm rambling a little bit because I'm not sure actually. I should start from because I'm assuming most of you guys have not coded Emacs Lisp before. Um, but my explanation so far are not basic things. It's rather getting because you don't even know how to write a function and stuff. Well, but anyway, so you can you can read the code later. So I'm going to okay. Here's what I let's do this first. I'm going to copy it. Now go to my Emacs blog. Okay, and I'm going to paste this here. So wait, where do I section? Okay, I'm going to paste it here so that Emacs Lisp. Okay, color it, show in browser, so that after the video you can see you can just maybe study the code, or you can study. Oh yeah, it's already here. This is converting to the Frankfurt. It's wonderful because you're gonna learn lots of things, and then you become powerful. You can write commands on the spot for whatever your needs. when using Emacs. So okay, how long have I been talking? 40 minutes, maybe 10 more minutes. Okay, so I'm going to, so we have this command working, so that's great. Actually, let me clean up. Should we, yeah, instead of explaining the details, let me just clean it up for today. I have, by the way, I did another stream a few days ago, maybe last week, that teaches beginners emacs lisp. So you might check that out. So for this one right now, this command, there's a problem because the direction is wrong. Uh, so what I want to do is Latin to Runic. The direction is wrong. So okay, so here is a map, use map. So what is this? Okay, use map. So we need a method to reverse this map here. So you see here is a map. We want another map where each pair is reversed order, and that code is right here. Wait, no, it's not there. It's right here. This. So let me do this. Copy that, paste Latin to Runic. So this is actually Runic to Latin. Okay, and so this is Latin to Runic. Wait, this is Runic. This is Runic to Latin, and we want to reverse here. So I'm going to there, get it out, paste it here, and basically I'm going to programmatically reverse the pairs, the order in the in a map. So let's so actually I need let star. Let star means that for each variable, it will be, when you set a variable, the value will be available for the next variable to use. So basically I'm going to return to Latin. Okay, so I think that's it. So Runic to Latin, that's right, and Latin to Runic, which is the reverse here. And use map, this is a variable that tells us which map to use. So if reverse direction is true, then we want to use the map Runic to Latin. Okay, there. Else use Latin to Runic. That's right, correct. Then now it's much simpler. So now save excursion, save restriction, narrow to region, okay, let's just eval the code, and let's select something. Let's see. Let's select this paragraph, paste it here, magnify, magnify, core, oh, it did just for the lines. We want to select the whole thing and call it. That's great. Select it, call it. Okay, now Control U, emacs, call it. Okay, that's working. That's great. I think that's it. That's gonna be it today. There are many refinement we can do. For example, when you call it, it will just do the current line because this, you see, it checks if there's a selection. If there's no selection, it just does the first line. But actually, what's better is that it'll do the first paragraph. I mean, whatever the paragraph, between blank lines, so that if I call the command now, it'll just do the whole thing. So we can add that by basically just change this line. You know, so instead of line beginning position, we want it to be the beginning position of the paragraph. And similarly for here. However, emacs do not have a function that just returns the beginning of paragraph, because the meaning of paragraph is different depending on major mod. So so that's one thing we might to add, automatically do the whole thing on the paragraph without needing users to select it. The other thing we can do is that automatically determine which direction to switch to. You can do that by checking if there's any English letters, in a selection. If there is no English letters, then it's run. So you want to convert run to English, to Latin. Or you can just check if it contains any runic characters. But the problem with that is that oftentimes your text may contain both. For example, this paragraph, because this is used for fun purposes. You want to maybe post on in your blog. Part of it contains English words, and part of it contains the weird alphabet. So there is no sure way to automatically tell actually which direction you want to go. So that's some of the extensions you can try to add to it. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thanks for coming, whoever you are still there. I'll see you next time. Bye.